Good morning. I hope that you can hear me okay. I said that we were going to do an updated garden video, and I intended to be outside to do it, but I got busy doing stuff this morning and realized, oops, I forgot. So we're going to kind of do it from inside my kitchen. That way I can show you the other things that I have going on. And I hope you like it. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Remember, I am the mayor's daughter from Remnant Urban Homestead, and we're gonna just kind of take a little quick trip around and let you see what kind of some of what's going on. We'll do this a little bit better in a few days. Like I said, I got busy and kind of forgot. Um, these two, you can't see the. Maybe you can. There's kind of a mess out there. It is what it is. We're transitioning into the fall. I'm doing the fall garden in the city pickers, and that's what those big, um, I guess, brick color things are. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot. You can order them off Amazon. They come in different colors. I've had those for about 4 years now. I love them. They work on a wicking um, water process, and I love it. The two urban, not homestead, urban growers that are the black things with the black trays underneath them. If you're just wanting to plant one or two little things, I recommend doing that. You can plant corn in a city picker. You can plant okra in a city picker. It works. I've done it. I didn't do it this year because I didn't get them out there in time for them to grow. Um, we're going to be, we have still not made it yet to get the wood for the beds. We have wood chips, and yeah, they put me in the bed. Yes, they did. Anyway, um, in this first I don't know why I want to call it homestead, urban grower is the German tomato. I've gotten one off of it, and it wasn't. I just picked it because it was a cracked. Um, I don't. I don't remember if I grew tomatoes in this one before. Um, I'm not sure that I recommend doing that unless you can be right on top of it. I cannot. And of course, I've got marigolds, and they're starting to, go to seed. I need to get out there and get those squared away, but we haven't made it that far. And the second one is the same breed of tomato, um, little pumpkins. I had one in both planters. The first one finally just gave up. The second one is fighting tooth and toenail to hang around, but I don't know if there's enough time. I doubt that there is for it to actually produce a pumpkin. Um, if it produces a tiny, tiny, tiny one, me and Ian will be ecstatic. If it doesn't, oh well, next year. And the city picker that's sitting next to them have two big green pepper plants in the back. Thankfully, I have them because my big one that was beautiful, that is an orange bell pepper, which is one of my favorite, or yellow bell pepper, whatever color you want to call it. No, that one's orange because it's got orange ones on there. One of the last storms came through. It was loaded. I was so excited. One last storms came through and took it out before, yeah, sad. But I'm leaving the fruit on there because I've got a couple that are just about right for getting the seeds out of, so that's going to happen in a few days. The plant that's in the front in this city picker is a small sweet pepper plant that is orange. It's doing okay. The city pickers, I don't know, didn't do so well for um, the late garden. My fault probably, but that's okay. Coming forward, in the two Lowe's buckets that are closest to the city picker, those are banana peppers, and they are starting to come on pretty good. There's a lot of blooms, and I'm seeing a lot of fruit. I've got about 3 off of it so far. Have another pepper plant around back. In that back corner is one cucumber plant that is gone history. I need to pull it. I pulled one out of the second one today. The last rain flooded them. I didn't put any drains in the buckets. Oops, bad me. The next 4 plants over are cucumbers. They're doing okay. Um, Coming up this way, you see the marigolds. Behind that is a pepper plant that should get me through fall. This is basil. There was a pepper plant in with it in the faded. I can't tell if it's a Home Depot bucket or a Lowe's bucket, but it's faded. I've had it for a while. The basil is going to seed, so we'll be pulling it pretty soon. As you can see down through here, maybe it's going to be dark, but I've pulled most of the herbs to start getting them used to not being in direct sunlight so that I can bring them in, the ones that will continue to grow and not go to seed. The ones that will go to seed, we will just pull the seeds and replant. That's how we do it. This corner is mostly, back on that table is spearmint, a jug, and a roll of string. Forgive me. It's called, whenever I get hot and done, I'm hot and done. It has to do with one of my medications. When I start getting hot, I have to get inside, and when I get inside, peel off everything and cool off, and then I forget, oh yeah, I need to go back outside after I cool off. So yeah, that happens sometimes. I've also pulled back out some containers that I actually was going to give away because they have a use now. So I'm repurposing them for things like fish fertilizer. And guys, let me tell you, I love fish fertilizer. Love, love, love. It works really well. However, if you've seen my tweet the other day, do not, if you have long, thick hair like mine, do not get a wild hair on a church night when you got about 30 minutes prior to getting ready time. Do not get a wild hair and run outside real quick and decide that you're going to put fish fertilizer on your plants by yourself and it's hot and you're trying to rush. I got it in my hair. I like to never got it out. And I was up for hours waiting for my hair to dry. But anyway, yeah, it was hysterical, but it was stinky. It was hysterical, but it was stinky. Do not do this. Put your hair up in a clip. Trust me, you will thank me later. Some of the things that you see on the deck, we've been pulling stuff out of the building and stuff like that and going through, some things will stay, some things are going to go because we're changing, we're going to the beds and we're going to keep, I'll keep some things in the city pickers. I might do a few things in the buckets, but for the most part, it's going to go in the beds. I plan to have 4 by next year, and it's just going to keep going because, the more we do, the more we grow, the more we eat. So, all this little row back here is tomatoes. Up front is tomatoes, little ones and big ones, different brands. I can't remember, or brands I don't think is the right word. Coming off of 2 days of vertigo, so my brain is still resetting. My little squash plants and zucchini plants, I don't know. Apparently, I've got some mildew happening. I got to get out there and spray them with milk and prune them. This keeps happening. I keep pruning them, and they keep growing, but they're not producing. So as long as they're growing, I'll just keep on doing that, just because it's fun to grow stuff. These 2 in the square containers were, I think, acorn squash. They're both history. I don't know what went wrong. The next one and the next one were late squash. They're just about toast. And then I had one that was taken over with some kind of larvae bug thingy majigger. We have to burn that soil, and then we can once we burn the soil, we can bring the ash back and use it somewhere else in the yard, probably out in the backyard, for fertilizer, but it won't go into anything that we eat. This little bucket right here is one of this one right in front of me is one of the cucumber plants that just said, oh, I'm done. Namely because we had so much water so quickly, and I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They seemed to be absorbing the water pretty well, and then all of a sudden they weren't. So, and when they weren't was when I was gone. So by the time I got back home, yeah, that had happened. hose doesn't look like the pressure's off of it, but we'll check that later. I use the soft hose because, yeah, I'm going to do it the easiest way. Um, those are suet block holders that are in that city picker. I'll put those out when it gets when we get a little closer to fall, to kind of distract the animals away from the garden. Underneath, I don't know if you can see a bit of, see that underneath that sheet is the lettuce and the city picker. It's doing fantabulous. We checked it this morning. We're going to take a little cruise around the kitchen. My trash is full, so forgive me. You may see it, you may not. I'm going to try to keep from showing you, but I'm just going to tell you. Because I am really, really proud of this accomplishment. I have never done microgreens before. One of these is spicy, one is basic salad mix. I know my lighting is not the greatest. I apologize, guys. This is just off the cuff. If you have a problem with fruit flies, here's your solution. And this is catnip, of course. Every now and then, it's kind of like, right now I just reseeded some more. Every now and then I just kind of lay it down and let the cats have at it. This is spinach that needs to go outside. I've opened it up to let some air circulate in the greenhouse thingamajiggy. Kind of getting it hardened off because I should have had it planted outside and I haven't yet. This is the next crop of, I planted the two on top first. This is the next crop of microgreens. Don't they look amazing? I'm so proud of me. You might not be, but I am, okay? So we're just gonna go with that. This is arugula, and I think, wait, no, I'm wrong. I have no idea what it is. I forgot what I planted in here. Can't remember. Anyway, on the bottom shelf is arugula, and Brussels sprouts. I think this is, I can't remember. I'm sorry, it eludes me. Down here is my peppermint plant. It is kind of starting to go to seed a little bit, and that's okay because I'll take the flowers, dry them, plant them. Started some catnip in this, and thus far we have gotten nothing. So that's okay. We'll restart something here in a day or two if nothing happens underneath there. If you see this yucky mess, whenever I'm doing my coffee in the morning, I have a container. I let it dry. That's my crazy aloe vera plant that I'm going to have to harvest. When I have my coffee in the morning, I dry my grounds, my used grounds, and I put the filters in here, and their next stop is in the warm bin, and it just makes it easier for me. I've been putting, because we got the wood chips the other day, if you didn't see the pictures on my Twitter, oh my goodness, I was not expecting to get, number one, to get them as quickly as I did. And I was not expecting to get a bucket truck. So I'm ecstatic. I'm happy because I will use them, but slowly, because I'm allergic to them. So I have to kind of like fool with them for a while and then recover for a few days, and then fool with them a while and recover. Thankfully, I have my little boy. My boy is a worker. He's a mountain boy, and he ain't afraid of work. So I'm gonna brag on him a little bit. You're not seeing me today because I'm a hot mess. That's where that is, and this is getting lengthy. Show you real quick. This is the lemon tree. It needs cut back. I'm aware of this. I'm waiting probably till, I have to look and see, probably spring. I may start a couple more off of this one, probably what I will do. This is actually Ian's tree. I bought it the year he was born. And I will tell you, this is what happens if you use fish fertilizer and have cats. See, I've swept this up a gazillion times. And yes, they knock stuff off the table too. So Um, in that bag right there that you see, I pulled that out of the storage, and it's stuff that I'm repurposing. It's fine. I was going to give it away, and when I got down in the storage and seen it, I was like, oh wait, I can use this. So it's being repurposed and put back into use. Most of it is Tupperware. Yeehaw, I'm happy. I do have, this is the first beginning. This shelf is full. I'll just tell you, it's full of jars, things of that nature. It is what it is. Weeding through things as I go, it is what it is. Um, but these are sprouts, several different kinds of sprouts. We'll go through them as they're soaking. So as we get through them, and this was my first attempt at doing sprouts, so we're learning again. Yeehaw. I need to get some cat grass seeds. That's something that my cats really need. Um, I've got Prince is being crazy. He needs some cat grass. He's starting to have tummy aches. Anyway, guys, this is a little walk in the garden, indoors and out. Oh, one last thing. This is one of the peace lilies that was left over from my dad's funeral. The other one, I don't know who sent this one. The other one just kind of bit the dust, for lack of a better way of putting it. Um, this one I just kind of, it never really looks really pretty. I moved it off of that shelf over to this one um, because I need the space on that shelf, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is the, starting to pull things inside a little bit. Um, Getting ready for fall. And this that you see is not spider webs. This is what happens. And please don't think this is what happens when you have a long-haired animal in the house. See, this is just fur. How it gets stuck in the tree is beyond me because they don't climb the tree. So don't know how it happens. Anyway, gonna finish this up. It's 20 minutes I've been talking to you and I haven't even really had a point. Oh yeah, I don't think I showed you. This is the tray of microgreens on the bottom that you see that I started today. I'm really excited and impressed with how well and how easy these microgreens are to grow. I do still want to get a grow light just simply because, as you can see, where I'm using the natural sunlight, they tend to lean one way and then I spin them and they lean the other way. And I think, just for the sake, you know, looks, I would prefer to have them straight. They get a little leggy looking like these do because they're reaching for sunlight. So I'm looking for a grow light that will work in this shelf because I don't want to build a new shelf. I've had this shelf for several years and it works for what I do. I just need a little extra light. Anyway, this is our walk through the garden. Have some things that are composting for getting ready for the worm bin, but that's not going to happen till probably next week because they still have plenty. So anyway, remember, thanks for joining us. Remember, I'm the mayor's daughter from Remnant Urban Homestead. I can't even say it today. Had my bulletproof coffee. Man, that stuff that's good. It makes me feel so much better. Have a great day. Remember, I love you. I'm the mayor's daughter. But don't forget, I got a lot of the First Lady in there, too. Love you all. Have a great day. I will see you. Bye.